What's going on, everyone? So, the Los Angeles Lakers got the bounce back win against the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, obviously, look, it's the New Orleans Pelicans, so it's not one of those things where it's like, Lakers are back, baby, best team in the league, anything crazy like that. But this was a much needed win. You have to handle business against teams that you're supposed to beat, right? Back to back. Lakers, as much as, you know, I think that they have a chance to win an NBA championship. We've seen them kind of play to their competition and lose some games that they shouldn't have lost. And so, there are those moments where you're kind of like, and there were some stretches where you're kind of like, but you knew the Lakers were going to handle business. They did handle business. But more importantly, you saw Luka Doncic kind of get back into a rhythm a little bit, right? Now, it is the Pelicans. So, again, we need to see that against the Thunder coming up in Houston and these other teams. But going into that game, one of the things that I talked about was, this could be a good opportunity to kind of work through some things, right? Kind of figure some stuff out. In particular, allow like Luka and Reeves and LeBron to kind of continue to get into a rhythm. And you saw that, right? I mean, LeBron was a three-pointer shy from 30 piece. He gave you 27. You got Austin Reeves, who continues his tear, continues to give you 30 on a regular basis at this point. And then Luka Doncic went and dropped 35. So you had essentially 90 points, more than that. It was 92 points total from your three main guys. You scored. Offense looked great. Moved the basketball, took care of the basketball. They had 12 turnovers, which isn't great, but it's not bad. I usually like when it's around 10 or under, but they were in good range. And you just, again, you saw the collective effort. You saw your three main guys really handle the bulk of the offense, which, if we're being honest, is probably going to be the case come playoff time. Right? You need the best version of Luka. You need the best version of LeBron James. You need the best version of Austin Reeves. The only way the Lakers are going to win a championship, right? Which I do believe that they can do. Like I've always maintained, I wouldn't bet on it. It's not something that I'm like, oh, Lakers are walking and cruising to the finals, but I do think that they have a chance. It boils down to your main three, right? Luka and LeBron, if they're transcendent. If Luka and LeBron are the best version, the superstar top 10 players we know that they can be, and Austin Reeves is great, the Lakers have a real chance. Good luck beating the Lakers. But if Luka Doncic is having his struggles and he can't seem to find the bottom of the net, and LeBron James is hobbled and Austin Reeves has inconsistencies or whatever, right? Like now it becomes a problem. But Austin Reeves is clicking at the right time. LeBron James still looks like LeBron James and is just doing everything out there. He's starting to get back in a rhythm. Because remember, when he came back from injury, his shot was a little clunky, right? Talked about it, said not worried about it. Trust LeBron. He'll figure it out. Just got back from injury. Let's be patient. Let's see, give him a handful of games and let's see him get into a rhythm. You saw him get into a rhythm. Now we need the same thing from Luka. Luka started getting ready. He started off atrocious, right? He was like 0-6, something like that to start the game, and it was kind of like, dude, like, here we go again, right? Another bad offensive night, but hopefully he gets out of the shooting slump. And then he just started firing and cooking, shot 40% from three-point range, finished 40% from three-point range, and shot 47% total from the floor, which is both good, right? That's what you want, that efficiency from Luka. Right? We know Luka can go get 30. He's gotten 30 and he's averaging 28, 9, and 8, right? Like the guy is, average-wise, we've seen him do it, but it's the efficiency, right? It's the consistency. Like these things are what we need to start seeing more from Luka. Right? Yes, he'll go and have a 40 piece, but it's on like 25 shots and he took 20 free throws, right? It's just like, it's things like that. We need him to start finding the bottom of the net. The guy is one of the best scorers ever, right? The guy is insane when he's got his shot going, when he's working those things out, right? You add that to LeBron, to Luke, to Austin Reeves, right? And those three guys and what they can handle. But also you need your other guys to step up, right? You need Dorian Finney-Smith, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, right? You need even Jordan Goodwin, right? You need guys to hit shots, but also do the dirty work and impact the game. You saw that, right? You saw Jordan Goodwin was everywhere. If you just like look at his stat line, you're like, oh, like, wasn't anything special, whatever. If you actually watched the game, the guy was everywhere. I mean, it was like he was teleporting on the court at times. The guy was just getting everything, getting after it, right? Loved what we saw from him. Jared Vanderbilt, hustles, key. Dorian Finney-Smith was much better, right? Where, the Warriors game, I mean, you make an argument. That was his worst game he's had in a long time. It was his worst game as a Laker for sure. It wasn't just, he couldn't hit a shot. It was just like he just seemed out of sorts out there, right? It looked like, I think part of it was just he got in early foul trouble. And I think it kind of just threw everything off. He wasn't as aggressive as he usually is, but we need this team as a team to right the ship. Got 5 games left. Got to go 3-2 minimum down the stretch. I'd like better than that, but at least 3-2 down the stretch. I think that'll give the Lakers a top 4 seed. I think Lakers are in good shape, right? But got to take it a game at a time, and you got to make sure you're kind of trotting along. Again, it's the Pelicans, so it's not something, and it's not even like the full-fledged Pelicans, right? Like their entire roster is basically sitting out for the season. So you're talking like Jose Alvarado and a bunch of like G League guys, like, well, I guess Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk, but it's a bunch of guys that are role guys, and yet you want to use those games to get yourself back on track. It's hard to do that when you're going up against a Warriors team that's been the hottest team in the league and, undefeated with that starting 5. And, it's hard to, when you're in this playoff environment and atmosphere to work on things that you need to work on and try to find a rhythm. Because, it's just so intense, just so focused. Where, something like, the Pelicans, it's like Luka's going to get to his spot every time. The pressure's not what it is against, like it is against some of these top teams, so on and so forth. So you saw him have early struggles. He started getting to a rhythm, right? You saw some guys, everything kind of worked itself out. And, the Lakers were in control of the game pretty much start to finish, right? Pelicans had some, nice early run, but Lakers nipped that in the butt, got back to it, right? We have the real test coming up, though. Lakers are going to have to lock in. They're going to have to stay focused. They're going to have to handle business, right? Like, job's not finished. You got 5 games left. Perfect world, you go 5-0. Hopefully, worst case, you're 4-1. Realistically, I think probably 3-2, right? But you never know. Look, Lakers went on an 8-game win streak against some of the top teams in the league during that stretch, right? Like, it wasn't like just a cakewalk. They had some, like, tough matchups, and they got it done. But great win. Right? Especially coming off of a loss back-to-back. Got to close strong. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? You feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Disagree? Kind of mix in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.